All right, we got it live. Let's throw it up in the chat. At everyone. Oh, not that one. At everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. We are live. We got two cool things to take a look at today. Give it a minute, let people jump in, let people join us. I apologize in advance. I'll try to mute myself every time I do, but I've got the end of a head cold, so I'll try not to cough in your ears. But if you hear me cut out for a moment, it's probably because I'm coughing. Hello, hello, everybody. We got MetaTailor up. We're gonna try some fun things, try some new things. We got a top secret mission. Mission's another right word. Top secret project that we're gonna be playing with. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome in. We're just giving it a couple minutes. We sent out the notification. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna be live. Bring your questions, bring your concerns. Today's focus, a little bit more MetaTailor. We're taking a little step back from Character Creator. We've done Character Creator for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks now. So let's go ahead, bring it back to the basics. Let's take a look at some MetaTailor. Just walk us through our basic MetaTailor stuff. Hi, everybody. Just giving it a minute. Opening MetaTailor, getting it ready to go. Just realized I'm missing some of my lights. There we go. Brighten my face up a little bit. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Or welcome for the first time if you're one of our first-time streamers. Like I said, I'm going to try not to cough in anybody's ears. Give it one more minute. We'll jump in. Hello, everybody. We got some fun stuff to take a look at today. We've got, I can tell you one of them, the not top secret one. I found a really cool pirate outfit on Fab and brought it into Unreal and took it out of Unreal, modulated it all, got it ready in Maya. We're going to import that and take a look at this really cool pirate outfit I found. Once again, walking through the basics of MetaTailor. We looked at Character Creator for about 3-4 weeks. So now we're rolling it back, bring it back to our basics. Bring your questions, bring anything that you have that you want us to take a look at, but that's what we'll be focusing on today, is importing an outfit. And then after that, we're going to take a look at my top secret fun little project that I was playing with, Frankensteining together to kind of do with everybody here on stream. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. So welcome to the live stream, everybody. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. Hit the bell. Follow us for notifications. Join us on our Discord server. Our Discord server is fantastic. We have an amazing community on our Discord server full of experts. And I'm not just talking about our MetaTailor employees. I'm talking about everybody who's in that community. We try to make your life better. We try to answer all your questions. It's just this really great area to throw anything 3D avatar character creation related and get feedback or get help on it. So please join our Discord. Our Discord is also where we announce all these live streams. We run it usually on Saturdays, and then sometimes, if you're lucky, you'll catch a secret stream. We've got secret streams that we run only on Discord, so make sure you follow us on Discord to catch any of those secret streams. An example of the people on Discord got early access to our Character Creator 4 plugin. They got to see that before anybody else because that was one of our secret streams. Before that, it was the gloves, our glove update. That was a huge update. We did a whole bunch of streams on Discord before we released it to YouTube. So joining our Discord is very much worth it. You get 24/7 support from our team. If you got questions, we're up at all hours looking for those questions, answering those questions when we can. So make sure you join us there. Like I said, today what I've done is I went to Fab earlier in the day, went through their marketplace, found something free. I found a really cool pirate outfit that was for Unreal only on Fab, downloaded it, uploaded it to Unreal, and exported it out of Unreal, along with all the textures and FBXs, and I turned that into an FBX in Maya. So that's all the stuff we skipped, because that would be a 2-hour stream all on its own. That's how long it took me to do all that. That would be a 2-hour stream all on its own to get these pieces. If you're interested in the pieces we're working with today, just let me know. Hit me up on Discord, and I'll happily send them to you. But it's a free pirate character. We're gonna bring that outfit. We're gonna bring that avatar too. I pulled down the pirate avatar, so we're gonna put it on the character that they had, get us a new avatar, and get that all into MetaTailor. So that's what we're gonna look at. And then after that, the top secret, the fun little thing I discovered today that we're gonna try for the first time ever on MetaTailor later today. So stick around to see that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I've got MetaTailor open already, so I'll jump over so we can see that. So we got all our characters from our past streams. If you're interested in any of these, roll on back, take a look at some of those past streams where we've kind of done every single one of these outfits. I've done every single one of these outfits live. Some of the early ones, you'd have to go to the YouTube videos. Like you can see some Pokemon characters down here, some Marvel Rival characters down here, some Overwatch characters. Those were done on actual YouTube videos on our YouTube channel. So go back and look for those. Otherwise, that's everything we worked on. So let's go ahead and hit New Project. If this is your first time using MetaTailor, you've got New Project, Home, Community, Learn, Help, all those things over here on the left. You can find your plugins like the Character Creator 4 plugin over here in Plugins. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this first project. Like I said, it's going to be a pirate. In the marketplace, MetaTailor, if you're a pro user, MetaTailor does have some pirate outfits, and you can navigate to the marketplace by clicking right here. I'm gonna just jump, I'm not gonna do that just yet. I will show you the marketplace. I like to quick peek at the marketplace myself before opening it up because YouTube doesn't like the marketplace. YouTube gets picky because sometimes it might have something it deems inappropriate. So I'll do that in just a little bit, but let's go ahead and import that pirate character avatar first. This is the default MetaTailor avatar to bring in your own characters from anywhere. It doesn't have to be a MetaTailor character. It can be a metahuman. It can be pulled from Mixamo. This one was pulled from Unreal from Fab. So let's go ahead and import this pirate character. The only caveat is it does have to be weighted and skinned. I didn't test this avatar before the stream. I tested some of the clothing and stuff like that, but I'll go ahead and grab this pirate and we'll see. It should work with the body. It should work just fine. If not, I'll show you how to do it in Mixamo really quickly. And it did. It brought in the body. Because it's from Unreal, it's killed him. No, because it's in Unreal, it's rotated it on the Z up axis to make Z the up axis. So all we have to do is check apply pose, and it brings this character back. Pretty standard character, pretty easy character right here. He's got some muscles. He's got some good shape to him. So let's go ahead and add some color. I've got the textures for this guy. And like I said, if you're interested in any of this stuff right here, feel free to hit me up on the Discord. This was found for free on Fab. None of this is secret. None of this is kept behind a paywall. This is stuff I find for free. So you have access to this as a free user and as a pro user. I recommend becoming a pro user for MetaTailor. You get so much more functionality. This is our mesh extractor. Fantastic tool. Absolutely amazing with Character Creator 4. It allows you to export a character out of a Character Creator 4, bring it into MetaTailor, and pull all the clothes off and organize those clothes immediately without all the extra steps we're going to see today. So I'm showing you the hard way to bring in an outfit. The mesh extractor makes that so much easier. This pirate possibly could have been exported out using the mesh extractor. It would have taken a lot of extra work on my part in Maya to get it properly working. So I skipped that, and I just want to show you how to import stuff because once again, we're rolling it back to our basics today. All right, so this is our mesh extractor. I'll hit next step. And now it's looking for all the landmarks, and MetaTailor does a really good job with these landmarks, unless it's a wacky character. Sometimes I have issues with characters I pull off of Sketchfab. The characters are a little less fancy, if you know what I mean. Also, characters with weird body parts, like the Baldur's Gate character, Karlach. We did that one on a past stream. That one, for some reason, it didn't hit those landmarks 100% correctly. This one did a fantastic job. I don't think I have to move or adjust anything. I'm spinning around our character right here. It looks good. For our secret project, we might need to see this. For the top secret documents. All right, so it brought in this really cool kind of pirate character. Let's start going through and adding in the clothing. So that's how easy it is to import an avatar. Once again, from Sketchfab, Fab, this was from Fab through Unreal. from Mixamo, from any place you want. If you created the character yourself in ZBrush, Maya, anything like this, as long as it's skinned, as long as it's rigged, it can be imported into MetaTailor. And if you don't know how to skin and rig, don't worry, Mixamo makes it super easy. We've got past streams and past videos where we show you how to import a rig into Mixamo and take it out of Mixamo to get it working in MetaTailor. So if you're interested in that, once again, reach out in the chat right here, reach out in Discord, and we can send you those videos to walk you through that. So let's go ahead and import some clothes. We're making a pirate, import cloth and accessories. Go back to our pirate, go to my fixed FBXs. What's a pirate without his hat? That was a little bit more leprechaun than pirate. We've got our, this is a quad-corn hat, not a tricorn hat. Let's get it together. I like this one because the textures are on these nice big sheets right here. So that's weapons. I think it's going to be the cloth for the hat. If not, it's in the details. Nope, there we go. Oh, he has details weapon right there. I should just read the material right here. You can read the material and you just add your textures very easily like that. Adds a little color to the skull. You can rename it right here. If it has multiple meshes, this one doesn't, but some of our pieces will have multiple meshes, I believe. You can choose which meshes you want to import and which meshes you don't. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. And once again, I apologize. I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm coming down from a head cold. So if I stumble over my words, or I'll mute myself if I need to cough. We're looking at, this is weapons, details on weapons. There's the normal, get some bump on that skull, get some ambient occlusion on that skull. Jump back to our hat itself, get some normal maps on the hat. Makes it just look all the much better. Some ambient occlusion. And next step. So it's a hat. Where do we put our hat? Well, not as a jacket. We're going to call that a headpiece. Not a hairpiece, a headpiece. I'm just going to put that up here on the head. I can click Keep Source Dimensions. And actually, ooh, this is going to be one of the, this is probably going to be the first instance where hitting Keep Source Dimensions will work perfectly because I'm using the avatar from Unreal. I didn't even consider that when I was working. So this is a fantastic way to do this. Pulled the whole character, separate it, modulated it out in Unreal. And now I can keep source dimensions, and it's going to make my life so much easier because this outfit was made for this character. We only have to do this once, and I can put this outfit on any other avatar in MetaTailor. I don't have to do my pose match. I can just hit next step. So this is going to go by really quickly. It's going to be super easy to get this in here. It's thinking. It's adding it. For one of the pieces, I won't hit Keep Source Dimensions, and I'll show you how to do it if you don't have something that works perfectly. But for some of these simpler pieces, these quick pieces, I'll hit Import, I'll hit Keep Source Dimensions, and we'll see how well that works. So cloth and accessories, let's take it back. Let's do the beard. He's got this really neat beard. It's got some, that's the alpha channel. All right, so that's the alpha channel. He has color for his beard, but I'll click on the normal and I'll kind of show you what it looks like. Pirate texture. So it's using this alpha channel right here as the color. That's fine. He has hair right here that we could use for the color. Let's try that and see if that affects the, it does affect the alpha channel. Let's try it here. Yeah. But you can see it's mostly black. So let's go ahead and try to put that alpha channel back on there. We'll still, nope, doesn't quite work. So because it's a Fong E texture, we'll try it one more time to keep that in there. So the beard has alpha channels. It has transparency. Oh, now I messed it up. Question, say I had a character that could become larger or smaller with morph targets. What would be the recommended way to make the clothes have render targets that suit the morph targets? That's a fantastic question, Rory, and I'll definitely show you that here in a moment. We can actually jump from our pirate here in just a moment and to show you exactly what that looks like. We'll keep the beard as these little cards here because I don't have the option for transparency right now. MetaTailor supports that, and we have characters with Keep Source Dimensions. Oh, he's missing his mustache. That stinks. Did I grab the right one? I might have grabbed the wrong one. Let's try it one more time. Before I do that, let's go ahead and show you this question, Rory. So design, let's go to our avatars. I have an avatar with morph targets. The meta-human characters like this male right here have morph targets or blend shapes in it, so I can transfer this over. We can see a blend shape right there. So you can see this has gone over to this character right here. They've got this body. I can go to click on this and I can come down here and you can see this one has about 3 different body types. You can kind of scrub it. These were the blend shapes that were built into it. I can change that body shape. And if we throw a piece of clothing on top of this, like this tunic right here, it applies the tunic. There's the body. Oops, wait, we have to click on the body and we have to bake into mesh. And then it adjusts the shirt based on the body. It takes a little bit of touch up on the shirt because the shirt was not designed for that. So you just add a little thickness. If you need to grab or pull or adjust that shirt in that way, you can definitely do that. You can take your shrink wrap and make adjustments there. Take your yield, take an adjustment right there. But you can see as you play with some of this stuff and get that in there, you can get that onto a target. This is pushing it a little bit farther. If you have a truly character with a little bit more meat to their bones, like this one right here, you may want to adjust the shirt in Maya a little bit, just make some easier, quicker deforms in Maya before importing it on, because this shirt was made for a muscular character with a different body shape. So let's go ahead and tone it down just a little bit. And you can see I still added some weight. It still has some more weight to it. I can even push it a little bit farther like that. And even that does a better job, as long as I'm not pushing it out to that extreme right there. But that works. So this character was brought in with morph targets or blend shapes, because I'm assuming you're talking about blend shapes. So because this character was brought in with those blend shapes, it works, and the character has it. Right now, this is a meta-human, so I'm 100% positive it works for a meta-human. For custom avatars and custom stuff like that, I haven't had the opportunity to try it, but it should. Avatar, where's my pirate? Pirate. Where'd you go? There he is. Transfer it back. It's super convenient. And some of the meta humans that I have in my library, it has all the blend shapes for every facial feature too. It's overkill for MetaTailor because we don't need all that for the facial features, but it'll bring all those blend shapes over. Yeah, so what we saw with the shirt there, it's because it was lower poly. And like I said, that shirt wasn't designed for this character. That shirt was designed as an under tunic for a suit of armor on a much thinner, and I think even female character, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, so that's why that was having some issues. Let's try to import that beard again. I think I grabbed the wrong one. I think I went to Pirate FBX and not my fixed FBX. Yep, I did, because it had the SKM in front of it. So there's the proper one. And then I just have to change my hue and saturation. And I can give him any color beard I want, and it'll maintain that alpha channel. And then if I want to take that value down, so it's a little bit more brown, or push it even into the black range, I can definitely do that. Make him Blackbeard. I can throw the normals on top of that. Did the normals do a lot? Yeah, it added a nice texture to that. Next step. Call it head. Keep source dimensions. There's the mustache. That was what tipped me off. Next step. Don't need a pose match because it came from a character. Import. Cloth and accessories. Pirate. Fixed FBS. We got a beard. We got the belts. Let's do chest belt, boot, coat. And he has a shirt. Let's grab a shirt. Now the shirt is one I can show you that how to use it without the keep source dimensions, just to kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. If you were bringing in clothes that were not perfectly made for the avatar. So that's called a jacket, is pretty close. We'll call it a shirt. So keep source dimensions. If I click that, boom, fits perfectly. I'm not going to click it this time to show you how you would adjust it if you were bringing in something not made for the avatar or trying to get it onto the MetaTailor default avatar. So I would hit next step. And then what we do is we just go through and first we move it into position. So we'd bring it up a little bit. You can see it's a little bit big, so we would scale it down a little bit. And with MetaTailor, you only need about a 60% match. So if I wanted to, I could hit next step on this and it would do a great job tailoring that to the body. I don't have to though. I can kind of come in here and adjust it like this. There will be a little bit of an issue right here. I can tell you that right now with how this shirt is designed and how the skin weights are painted. This is touching right here, which isn't great. That's something with an A pose. I'd prefer a T pose for this character to try to pull that shirt out of place and into where it needs to go. But I can fix a little bit of this with our start pose match. Start pose match is where if the avatar is in an A pose and the shirt's in a T pose, you can adjust those arms and put them into a T pose if you need to. I don't need to do that. I can put those arms kind of back where they were. I can hit cancel, start pose match again. But that's where the pose match comes in. It helps you kind of match that body to a slightly different pose. But what I like to use this for as well is to kind of land those skin weights, because the skin weights are determined by the under avatar right here. So if I want this painted a little higher, if I want this to have influence over this and not the arms, I can make those a little bit thicker and the skin weights will be focused more on the hips and more on the chest. I brought the shoulder out and the chest came out with it, so the chest is going to take a little bit more of the influence in here. And then I can go ahead and hit confirm and next step, and it'll paint that shirt and make those small adjustments to that shirt to get it to match our character right here. It'll tailor it onto them. And you can see, just like I expected, there's a little bit of a hiccup underneath here. You can see where those are kind of pinching together. So I can actually take that, go back to my content browser, and delete that shirt. And we can bring it in again. Whoops, I hit the wrong normals. Sure. Keep source dimension. Next step. I don't need to pose match. It'll still have some of that stitching underneath the arms just because of how the character's designed. But now it's exact. And I could take some of that away. If you kind of push that yield up, if you take your thickness a little bit, if you take your shrink wrap and tighten that up a little bit, it'll clean some of that underneath. This avatar does not have a skeleton that's conducive to our viewport animations, I don't believe. It does work. That's fascinating. It's an Unreal skeleton, so I'm surprised that it works, but hey, it does. And we can kind of see how that works and get some animations in there. Just filled with surprises today with this cool pirate. Let's go ahead and import some more. Let's get the boot in here. I do one boot at a time. Makes life easier. The cloth has some metallic. I don't think the shirt had any of that metallic, but this should have some of that metallic, so I can dial that up. Dial our smoothness up a little bit. I don't have a roughness map for that. There was probably a roughness map, but it was an ARM texture, and I didn't want to take the time to go into Photoshop and split that from MetaTailor. Bam, there we go. Next step. Next step. Perfect boot. Import cloth and accessories. We got that boot. Let's do some stuff out of order. Let's do the chest belt and then the coat. Or let's do, we got the boot. We got the shirt. Let's do our first pirate pant cloth right here. It's just some cloth pieces to go underneath. Like that. Keep source dimensions, call it a skirt. So it kind of got like attaches underneath the belt. Different fancy like noble rags and stuff like that. Next step. Next step. Now the reason why I'm doing this out of order is because I'm about to add the pants to show everybody what it looks like when you have the option to roll these items around. So let's go ahead and throw the pants in here, and then we'll throw the other cloth as well. Avatar must be skinned. Did I do avatar on accident? Design, import. Yeah, there it goes. Must say avatar on accident. Oops. Call it pants, keep source dimensions. There we go. Next step. So it's put them in the correct spot, but as you can see, the cloth and the boots are underneath the pants, and the pants are trying to wrap over those. That's the magic of this dynamic layering. If I want to change this and decide what's tucked in and what's not tucked, I can move those pants down, and it takes that cloth and it puts it back out over here. If I want that shirt above the cloth, I can take that, and now that cloth is tucked underneath this belly band right here. This cummerbund, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure what it is. But you can do that simply by clicking and dragging. If I wanted the beard right here, well, I guess that's not hanging over the shirt at all. But I can kind of just change and adjust these however I want. If I want this underneath everything, all that stuff comes on top of it. So you've got the options here. And we'll see this again in a second when we add the coat. I can show that a little bit farther. What I forgot to do with the boot is I forgot to hit this mirror button. Give him 2 shoes. He doesn't have a peg leg yet. Let's import something else. Now we can grab that belt. I was waiting for some pants and stuff. Color. You fall under cloth. That buckle shiny. So we got this belt in here, goes over all that stuff. If you wanted to, you could put it underneath the shirt, underneath the fabric. Can't see it that way. Let's say you wanted this like this and like this, and you wanted this fabric to kind of come over the cummerbund, you could do that and have it attached underneath the belt. You can choose and you can design how you want it based on where it is in this dynamic layering order. Is it possible to also export the clothing with some morph targets that would suit the ones from the character? Or would I have to export a few different size clothes in Blender and make them here? That's a great question. So, and our MetaTailor experts who are hanging out in the chat with us can correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that if you morph the clothes and you bake that into the mesh and you have that all set and you go to export that out, it'll export the clothes around the baked out morph target. So if you wanted the bigger shirt on the character, it would export that out as the bigger shirt with those adjustments. I'm 80% positive that's the case. Once again, it's not something I have tried. It's not something I've actively done. But knowing how the exporter works and knowing how the morph targets are working, I think it would let you export those clothes out. Now, it would not let you export out the morph target sliders. Those clothes would not have morph targets on them. It would just give you those clothes, the big size and the small size, which then you could take that and turn those into a blend shape or a morph target using, I don't know how Blender does it, but in Maya, I would just take the smallest one and the biggest one, and it would create all the iterations in between for me. It's not as clean and as easy, but it would work. Like I said, I'll let the experts confirm or deny if that was 100% correct. Let's import some more. It was such a cool pirate. I was so happy to find this and that it was free on Fab. Boots, the chest belt. Cool, it looks like I was correct. So this is going to be a belt again. I'm going to call it a belt. And you can see it's actually going around the jacket. So if I wanted to scale this down, I definitely could. And honestly, if I wanted to, I could probably take this buckle out in Maya and make this its own piece, because this is where the gun holster's in. Yeah, we'll hit next step. Start. We don't need to start pose match. Hit next step. So you can see it's not touching the body 100%. It's sitting outside the body. Let's see how it tailors that to the character when they're not wearing their coat yet. Height's still sitting there nicely. So let's bring that coat in. Let's put this on top of the coat. Ignacio's asking for a perpetual license. I will let our team in the chat answer that one. I'm not the money man. I'm the learning man. I'll teach you how to use it. I'll tell you what cool sales and deals we have when we have them. I'll tell you the pro version is worth it 100% as a professional artist, 3D generalist. It's worth it. The amount of tools, the amount of functionality, the library that I have built just doing these live streams is huge. And all of this stuff is free on Fab and Sketchfab. And I've got a library to dress any character and anything I could ever want. All right, there's the top of the coat. There was a glitch with this jacket. It did not give me the coattails, so we'll see how this looks without the coattails. I could not export them out. They're considering it, Ignacio. Considering a perpetual license. All right, so you can see it's kind of missing those coattails. So how would I kind of design this? Well, I'd probably bring the cloth up, and I'd bring the belt up, and I'd bring this on top of that, and see if that could hide it a little bit. I might need a second belt. I'm going to do all that kind of thinking for us. Oops, wrong belt. I'm going to bring this belt above. Tuck that in. So it's working a little bit, but what I could do is I could duplicate this belt. Or this could be a moment where I can show you the marketplace. And so I'm going to go ahead and jump away from the screen here for just a moment. And let's see if we can find another pirate's belt in our marketplace or another belt we like in our marketplace. I just have to make sure everything in the marketplace is above board before I open it and take a look at it. Yep, okay. So I clicked on the marketplace button and I clicked on clothes. Those are the only two things I clicked on that you did not see. And now I'm going to go to my genre of clothes. My clothing type, there we go, clothing type. Click on belts. This Mad Max belt would work really well. The blacksmith tool belt would look really good. We've got our classic Wasteland Warrior belt. Let's do the Mad Max belt. This one feels like it fits the theme very well. So all these belts are available to our pro users. Some of the belts are created by other creators in MetaTailor, and you can hover over them and you can see who made them. The little MT logo is a MetaTailor item, so if it has the MT logo, you get that for free by being a pro user. The CC is a Creative Commons license. You also get that for free, but you can see this one right here has one of our amazing artists, Sadie or Sade, that they sell these items on here, and you can buy them and try them on. Because I have the really cool MetaTailor employee version, you can't see how we can try it on. I just get access to it. But you as a pro user would see this and it would be a big yellow button that says try on. And you'd be able to see it on any avatar before you purchase it. And that's created by a user. Everything from MetaTailor and Creative Commons you get in your library for free by being a pro user. There's just a couple things like that one, and I know the Machas belt. Looks like that's the only belt right here that's used by this creator right here. And I can click on artists And I can click on Sadie right here. There was a Quantum Studio. So this is everything that Sadie has created and is selling on our marketplace. And you can be a seller too by coming down to the bottom left right here and clicking on Become a Seller. And you can sell the products you create in Maya, ZBrush, Blender, Marvelous Designer, wherever you create outfits, you could turn around and sell those in the MetaTailor marketplace. So these are the only things that are extra after the pro licensing, but that's because they're made by users. These are not MetaTailor products. So that's really cool. Let's go ahead and go back to our design. Let's see if we can't find that belt that I just grabbed. I'll type in Wasteland. There it is. Mad Max belt. Mad Max belt. Great. I'm glad it popped up with Wasteland. Let's go ahead and hit apply. Gives me another belt. I'll take this belt, just scale it up a little bit bigger. So I want it to be a little bit more obnoxious. Cover up that seam right there so it looks like it's part of the jacket. That looks good. Hit confirm. Let that sink in. I'm going to drop that below this stuff, but above this belt right here. And I can even take this pirate belt and to add a little like flare to it, I can kind of give it a little bend. It's just around his waist. It's not through any belt loops or anything like that. And hit confirm. And just add some more character to it. And it adjusts it. It changes the mesh. It changes everything to get those small adjustments and add more story, add more character to this character. That's not how the jacket was designed, but I was able to do it that way. All right, let's go ahead and import some more stuff. Fixed FBX. We got our chest belt. We got our coat. I'm not doing the gun yet. We got our hat. We can get our second pair of cloth, this kind of like undercloth that the character has. It's piratey. It's all those flares and fluffs as they try to look wealthy, try to flaunt everything they captured on the high seas. Call this part of the skirt as well. Keep source dimensions. Next step. Next step. This is like a towel or just something underneath all their garments. See, it's sitting on top right there. Don't like that. We'll drag it all the way down beneath the pirate pant cloth right there. So there should be one more piece kind of in this same texturing right here, but it still looks good, like a second half to the jacket right there with those belts over it. But just adding layers to our pirate right here. Shirt. All right, that's everything but our weapons then. Yep, that's everything but our weapons. So let's grab the gun. Grab the gun and the sword. And then we'll go take a look at our top secret item. Weapon AO, weapon metallic. Call this an accessory. Keep source dimensions. It's going to put it right where it needs to be. Next step. And then it asks us, all right, where do you want to put it? Do you want to put it in his hand? Do you want to put it down here? I'm going to aim for that same spot where they had it, right about there. Perfect. And then I just need to grab that gun and rotate it. Get it underneath this buckle right there. There it is. And what this will probably do is this is probably going to squish this. I'll hit parent to closest. Spinal 5 is still the closest parent. I'll hit confirm. And you can see it's squishing and adjusting the mesh. We'll wait for it to be done tailoring. And it kind of pushes that buckle down because it's two meshes on top of each other. So to get that to not happen, I can click on this gun and I can uncheck effects layering. And now it's no longer adjusting the outfit around it. It's just sitting there as part of it. And so because of that, I can use this maybe a little bit better. I can kind of move it over. Rotate it more this way. Oops. Because there is a world where this just sits properly because it was designed like that. And that's pretty dang close. I'll just hit confirm. Now he's got a gun just sitting there. All right, the last piece is his sword. And we'll take a look at our pirate. This is such a cool model. It had other pieces as well. If you went on to Fab and broke this out yourself and did exactly what I did, he had jewelry and earrings and stuff like that everywhere. I opted to not separate 1,000 pieces of jewelry and have all of you watch me put jewelry on a character, but you can. It's an option. Call this an accessory as well. Keep source dimensions. Next step. Next step. It's going to ask us where to put it. We've got the option of putting it in his hand. Or we have the option of slotting it right where we had it. Right there on his hip. I'll put it in this direction. There we go. Turn off effects layering when we're done here in a second. Sorry about that. There we go. And so now we have a completed and finished pirate. We can save what we got here. Let's take a look at some animation on this guy. Let's give him a... Where's our... Silly walking. He's drunk, walking through the streets. Got some Jack Sparrow action in here. Climbing a pole. Climbing the masts. Heave ho, heave ho. We can do uppercut give. Fighting on the deck of the boat. Look at all of that skin weighting it did for us. So I've shown you pretty much everything. That's a cool pose right there. I've shown you pretty much everything available to us as a pro user with our dynamic layering, importing. There are some more tools in here that I didn't get a chance to use, like our grab, our push-pull, our smooth. Those things really help us when we're bringing in outfits that don't match the character and stuff like that. We'll probably see that in a little bit when I go into the next one. But that's pretty much everything there. The other thing we can go ahead and take a look at is the physics. The one thing we haven't really looked at here is we can click on any one of these pieces here and add a little physics to them. And you can export these physics out, take them to Character Creator, take them over to Unreal, wherever you need it, and it'll take all these skin weights and physics that you have. Thank you. I love these tutorials too. It's so much fun. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at something with a little bit of a flowiness to it. Let's take a look at this guy right here, our pirate pant clothing. So we're going to auto-generate some parameters for that and then manually paint those parameters. Let's hit confirm. It's going to do some automatic stuff for us. And now let's add just a little bit of a walk. And so you can see how those guys flap right there. And you can choose how much influence you have over these. So if you wanted more, let's take that size down. I can come in here and you can add more to it. And then they're really bouncing. They're a little bit more like silk. Take that down a little bit. Tone it back down. And then you're still moving. You can see there's a point here. I maybe added a little too much to this one right here. So I can go back and paint some of that in here again. It's stuck a little bit. I can confirm, or I can hit manual again, or not manual, auto generate again. Yep, and kind of put those back to how they had it because it did a good job doing that. If I wanted to, I could do it to these right here. Auto generate, manually paint, confirm. It gives you some secondary action down here as well. Manually paint. I want a little bit more there on the bottom. Oops, wrong way. Up that strength. Get some really nice secondary action in there with some of that physics. It just makes that character all the more believable. As he's walking. Awesome. Go back to design. It takes that physics away. Can put you back under there as it finishes tailoring it. And there you have it. There's a pirate. Once again, save what I got. And let's do something fun. Let's go ahead and bring up another avatar. Keep an eye on the clock so we have time to play with the next one. I just want to show you one quick thing. Oh, get rid of waste. That's why it's taking a second. And let's grab... I'm going to add this to... Big Kev. Transfer all of this over to a character creator avatar. Whoops, he's got some chaps back there. It's still tailoring. We could do a metahuman. I could do a metahuman. I'll quick show you a metahuman here. So look, it's fitting Big Kev nearly perfectly. There's some touch-ups here and there we can do. It's still thinking here for a moment. Let's do, where's a nice metahuman? Where's my good metahuman? Bernice is one of my good ones. Ones I really put a lot of effort into making sure they came in perfectly. The accessories, if it's a different body type, sometimes you have to adjust those, especially what I did like doesn't affect layering. Completely different body type. But now that's on Bernice. I could throw it onto Karlak. From Baldur's Gate. You can see some small adjustments here and there. We'll keep letting it do its thing and tailor, but it'll still work really well. It's a lot of pieces, a lot of polys for it to go through and adjust and make work. But hey, it's 90% of the way there. The only big problem it has is I have to adjust for where this character has more of a chest than the last one, but everything else is working pretty well. Let's bring it back to Big Kev. Because what I'd like to show you, as it does all that and as it thinks, and get rid of the gun and the sword for now, just because they're in the way. Go to export. Let's open up Character Creator. So I hit it once because I don't have Character Creator open. It's going to open up Character Creator. Then I should have to do it over to Character Creator one more time. Minimize. There's Character Creator. We'll let that open. Completely pulled from Fab. We just shifted it to a Character Creator avatar for the first time. Let's see how well it works here. If you're here to see the top secret thing, stick around. We're doing that next. I promise. I'll go a little over to show you what the fun top secret thing is. And we answer one of life's questions. An unanswerable truth. Pulls it up. Yells at me. Unsaved project. Nope. And let's find... I will find character. That's right. That's fine. That's what I wanted. Let's find Kevin. Kevin. Pass this to Kevin. And once we get Kevin in here, I can hit that button again, and it should send this entire outfit over to Kevin. There's Big Kev. Let's wait. I'm getting antsy. All right. Send to CC4. Exports it. Once it's done spinning, it imports it. It's a big file. Last time when we had a file about this size, it did crash Character Creator. Hopefully something as simple as this doesn't crash Character Creator. Nope, already doing better. There it is. Not only is this something I pulled off of Fab, but remember, we pulled a random belt from MetaTailor's Pro Shop, our Pro Marketplace. Almost done. Get those textures in there. Can I send the Pirate MetaHuman to Unreal with the free version? I mean, the amount of pieces of cloth. So in the free version, you get a certain number of exports. So yes, you can get the Pro version, especially if you just want to do it for 1 or 2 characters. You're going to want to get that Pro version, especially if you're trying to put outfits on MetaHumans. They do really need those extra tools we didn't really get a chance to look at. The grab, the push-pull, the smoothing, all of that stuff that comes with the Pro version. That's what's going to make this pirate outfit pop over to Unreal so much easier and export over to Unreal. There's just so much you get with the Pro account, even for just going for a month, going for a year, that makes it definitely worth it. But yes, I know for a fact with the Pro version, I can send this whole thing over to Unreal and get this into a character in Unreal. Come on, there it goes. There you can see. The beard's a little bit of a more lighter color. Why won't it let me? There it goes. I don't know why he goes off center. There's that whole outfit. It looks really good in here. And we can add some motion. The physics that MetaTailor has does not transfer over automatically. So the physics that is applied in here is the physics from Character Creator. We can see how well that looks. All right, that's it for Character Creator. I just wanted to show you how easy that is to send over to Character Creator and get Kevin from Character Creator dressed. Hey everybody, it's time for our secret project. It's what you've been waiting for. Let's go home. Let's hit new project. Untitled. Secret. We're importing an avatar. We're importing an avatar. A special avatar. In our top secret folder. We are importing a centaur. We have done humans. We have done horses. We've done other creatures. Bears. Goblins, trolls, orcs. We have never done a centaur. And the question we will be answering, the question we will be finding out here live on stream is, how does a centaur wear pants? Do they wear it on the front legs? Do they wear it on the back legs? Do the pants stretch across all 4 legs? Is the shirt on the human side or is the shirt on the horse side? That's what we're going to answer. That's what we're going to find out. So thank you for sticking around and waiting and allowing me to be goofy. But let's get this centaur dressed. This centaur was pulled off of Fab for free as well, through Unreal, exported out of Unreal. And you can see we've got our body here trying to map that out. It did an okay job, but it gets a little bit lost on what's a knee and what's a leg and what's an elbow. So we have to go through and do a little bit of a touch-up. So it's calling this the back of the horse. This is where the pants would go, front of the horse, and our shirts would go up here. So let's go ahead and make some adjustments. We got our leg back here. I'll let that be our leg. I'll bring it forward a little bit. Same with you. Whoops, not the knee. Bring the leg forward a little bit. Come on. There it goes. Pull our knees, bring them over here. Let's hit auto map again. We've lost the plot here. Let's get the arms and stuff out of the way. Full disclosure, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm just goofing off. I did not try this, test this. There's no QAing. I know when we imported a horse early on, it worked. It did a great job. I've been hunting a centaur, and this one popped up on Fab. I'm like, now is my opportunity. Now is my chance. All right. He's not going to be wearing shoes. So I'm not too worried about my toe R, my toe L. But let's take our legs. Put our legs up a little higher. When for our MetaTailor team here, our devs, our creators, I'd like a quality of life add-on to allow me to dress quadrupeds. When are we going to get that update? I think that'll be bigger than gloves. I need to be able to determine multiple arms and multiple legs. What's his name from Mortal Kombat? Goro. What if I want to put him in a tuxedo? Hey, I got it right. Goro from Mortal Kombat. All right, so here's our centaur. Should we get him dressed? Should we put him in the pyro pants we just imported? Oh, he's having a hard time because his belly was so far forward. We gotta adjust that. Let's go ahead and get rid of those pants. And grab our avatar. And let's go ahead and... He's got a blink. Look at that, he's got a blink. Let's go ahead and blend shapes, edit landmarks. There we go. So his legs are up here, but his belly needs to be a little bit more like here. And bring the right side over here. And I think with that, we want to bring his legs up a little bit higher. All right, confirm. Let's try that again. Did something get switched? It shouldn't have. Did I mix up my left and right? I did. I didn't even notice. There we go. Come on, get those pants on. There it goes. There it goes. I mean, I said I wasn't gonna put shoes on, but you gotta put on boots now. Awesome content browser. Let's go ahead and give him the shirt, give him the coat. Oh no, it doesn't know how to work with the back. It's a mix. What a horrible creature is this? Let's lose the coat. Let's ditch the coat. Let's ditch the shirt. Let's give him we can give him the beard. That'll work. What does a belt look like on a centaur? Just doesn't work. I like the pants. Let's find a good. Let's come down. Let's come down. Let's see. Give him not a helmet. Let's give him. All right, let's quick adjust our landmarks. Let's bring our belly back up here. Bring our legs. I mean, how lewd. You're walking around with just no back pants on. L goes here. R goes here. ER. EL. L. One more peek at the side because it has a hard time. Or bellies. Almost missed out on those. All right. Confirm. Now I've changed the landmarks, but it still remembers the past pants. What if I had a second pair of pants? He's got two pants, so here is how you can dress both sides of a centaur. Place the pants on the first set of legs, then change your landmarks and apply another set of pants on the front set of legs. Here is the question we wanted answered. So if you place something and then change the landmarks, it'll retain its original position. This is such important information. His nipples are too far out. Especially whatever that one is. There it goes. Shrink wrap that a little bit more. I got better jackets. Once again, thank you for humoring me, for joining me. Let's get a different pair of pants up front. And let's get different shoes up front. Where are those flame pants? This is such important work for all of us. Oh, you wouldn't be able to see those. But you will be able to see. Oh, let's put them in the skirt. No, don't like it. Ooh, cyber kimonos. Not pulling it off. He does not know how to do the sumo belt. That's okay. Going speed round right here. Very important work. What about a good pair of... Nah, it doesn't work with the Wolverine jacket, but there we go. Of course, no animations work. Thank you all for sticking around. As we bask in our centaur's glory, thank you all for hanging out and joining us on this week's live. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that bell, hit that notification to see more amazing, wonderful things. And look at this amazing discovery. We figured out how to dress a quadruped. We did it. We figured it out. We don't need that quality of life update because now we know how to dress quadrupeds. So once again, thank you all. Join us on our Discord community. We've got an amazing community full of experts like the ones that were in the chat helping me out today, as well as community experts, people who just know Maya, MetaTailor, they know Blender, they know Character Creator 4. If you've got questions, if you're running into issues, Unreal, Unity, anything like that, the Discord server is where it's at. We can give you that support that you need, either us as the MetaTailor team or the community around you. So please join us on our Discord server. And sometimes you might be able to catch secret streams. That's where we announce all of our upcoming streams, like these weekly Q&As. I'm always happy to have people ask great questions in the chat and let you take over the stream to show you how certain things work. That's the point of these streams. They are here for you. So like, subscribe, hit that bell, and otherwise, have a good night, everybody. That's it from me. Thank you for hanging out. Go get dressed. Go find a mythical beast. Get some pants on it. See what it looks like in a dress. Bye, everybody. I'll see you next time.